This is how you can manifest becoming a K-pop idol. So many people think that they can't do it and that this is some weird magic, and it's not. It's just using your brain to its fullest potential. I've been manifesting since I was 11 years old. A lot of the things that I have in my life is because of manifestation. So if you want to be a K-pop idol, I'm going to show you some ways that I manifested things into my life and how you can use it to manifest your K-pop or music career. If you don't already know me, my name is Ivy. I've been dancing self-taught for about 7 years, and I coach people on how to improve their K-pop dancing and their K-pop auditions. I'm not a manifestation coach, I'm not a life coach or anything like that, but if you want to know some credentials, I have manifested a music career. I've manifested me being a K-pop dance teacher. I've manifested my own business. I've manifested content creation. I've manifested my improvement with dancing. And there's some physical things that I can show you that I have manifested. And this is like the most recent physical thing that I've manifested. Now this is my baby. Oh my gosh. I have been producing music ever since I was 11 or 12 years old, and I was really interested in music. And I wanted a MIDI controller for so long because it was one way that you could produce music and be able to do it, create your own chords and stuff. And I manifested it within 1 fucking month. I could literally show you, I'm gonna show you exactly what I did to manifest this within a month. It was so easy. But this is one of the things that I have manifested that I'm so proud of, because this is my favorite thing ever. Literally my baby. And it's just crazy to see how much shit you've done over the years, and you can feel that way with being able to be a K-pop idol. So there's a couple methods you can use to manifest. Usually it's just kind of whatever works for you. If you don't know what manifestation is basically just using your brain to its fullest potential to then have your subconscious mind bring your dreams or your goals into fruition. So one quick fact is that our brain does not know the difference between reality and what we believe. So if you believe something long enough, I know this is a quote that people use a lot of the time, but if you believe something, it'll become the truth. It'll become true. Stop saying that, it'll be true. People say that a lot, our parents tell us that. That's actually the truth. If you believe something enough, it will become true, because your subconscious brain does not know the difference between what you tell it and what is actually reality. You can tell your brain over and over again, I hate myself, I'm ugly, I'm disgusting, I'm a horrible person, and your brain will start to believe that because it doesn't know the difference between your actions that you take in reality and what you actually tell it to be true. So when you're constantly telling yourself that you're not pretty, that you're not good enough, that you're not going to pass a K-pop audition, that you're not good enough to be a K-pop idol, whatever you think about yourself, it'll start to reflect in your life. If you constantly tell yourself that you're ugly, all you're going to see is that you're ugly, because you're constantly saying that and you're bringing that into fruition. But if you're constantly telling yourself that I'm going to pass this K-pop audition, I'm going to pass this K-pop audition, I'm going to pass this K-pop audition, guess what? Your reality has no choice than to conform to that, because when you're always telling yourself something, it will come into fruition. So my MIDI controller that I just showed you guys, how did I manifest this? I'm going to show you how I manifested this shit, because it's so fun. And it's there's so many methods to manifesting, but I use Pinterest a lot, and Pinterest is one of the best things you can use to manifest, because it works so well and it allows you to see all the things that you want to see. What I did is I created a Pinterest board and I named it 2026. So this is my Pinterest board, and throughout the entire Pinterest board, all I did was save pictures of MIDI keyboards. Look, it's literally just a bunch of fucking MIDI keyboards that I saved over and over again, just pictures, full-on pictures. And what I did was every single day, I dedicated 5 minutes to just looking at those pictures and saving them to that board every single day for a month. I saved the pictures to the board every single day, and I envisioned myself being able to touch the keyboard, being able to type on the keyboard, being able to feel what it would feel like to be able to produce music with that keyboard. A month later, I got the MIDI keyboard. A month later, and everything lined up so I was able to get it. Same thing you could do with anything else. If you want to be a K-pop idol, I'm going to show you what you should do for this method. And there's a lot of different manifestation methods. You don't have to use this specific one. What you would do is you're going to go on Pinterest and you're gonna look up K-pop idol aesthetic. K-pop idol aesthetic. You're gonna look that up, and it's gonna show you so many different pictures where it's like you on stage, you training, you doing a bunch of shit. You're gonna create a Pinterest board and you're just gonna save those pictures to it every single day. I passed a K-pop audition, and then there's like emails where it's the company emailing you saying, oh, you passed, and you're gonna save that to that Pinterest board. And when you're not just gonna save it every day, like not envision it. You're gonna save it. You're gonna envision how it feels. How would you feel if you got that email right now? Because if I got an email that I got my dream job, or if I wanted to be a K-pop idol and I got an email that I got accepted into a K-pop company, how would I feel? I would feel, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I can't believe it. I would be like so happy. Envision how you would feel if that happened to you. And every time you're saving those pictures to that board, you're gonna envision that, you're gonna feel that feeling, attach a feeling to passing a K-pop audition or being an idol in a K-pop company or training under a K-pop company. And that's how you're going to be able to manifest it. You have to have that feeling. You have to put yourself in that situation. You always have to believe. Always believe that you're going to be able to do it. There's always going to be doubting feelings and doubting thoughts, but you always, at the end of the day, you have to believe and you have to become that person. How I manifested being able to have a good TikTok page and have all the followers that I have, or being able to launch my dance business, what I did is I identity shifted, and that's something you guys might want to look into. Because again, I'm not a manifestation coach, this is just my personal experience. But when I wanted to be a content creator, when I wanted to be a dance teacher, what I did is I became it. So I dressed like a dance teacher. I acted like a content creator. I walked around like I was on top of the world and that I had 1 million followers on TikTok. I shifted my identity to being that. I said that I was. When I introduced myself to people, I was like, oh yeah, I'm a content creator. Oh, I'm a dance teacher. Even though I hadn't fully became one yet, I shifted my identity to becoming that. So that's part of the reason why I was able to get the things that I wanted to. When I manifested my music career with my sister, I became that. I made music every day. I sung every day. I rapped every day. I made beats every day because I decided that I wanted to be that. So I shifted my identity from being a kid that was scared to do everything that I wanted to do to a person who was able to do those things, to a person who was a music producer, who was a singer, who was a rapper. And I would release so many different songs doing that, just shifting my identity. And all the things that I wanted came into fruition. I now have my own, I still love music. I have my own MIDI keyboard like I showed you guys. I have my own computer that I use for producing music. I have a mic, I have a whole entire mic stand right there that I use when I'm recording music. I have a mic right here that I'm using to record this video. That's how I got everything that I wanted to. I bought the things I needed. That was one way that I was able to get there. I bought the things that I needed. I became the person that I wanted to be by just shifting my identity and telling myself that that's who I was. One thing you could also do is write down your goals. There's a lot of different methods to manifest, and you might want to look into that. But the Pinterest method is something that can help with people who want to be K-pop idols a lot, because there's so many pictures of the K-pop idol aesthetic on Pinterest. And if you save that every day and you transform yourself, your identity, from being some random person in their bedroom to being a K-pop trainee. If you want to be a K-pop trainee, how would you be when you're a K-pop trainee? What would you wear? How would you do your hair? How would you do your makeup? If I really want something, the way I'm going to go after it is being able to transform myself into that person, into the person who does those things. Literally yesterday, I wrote this shit down. I'm going to show you. I'm going to put a screenshot on the screen, but I wrote down, I make $3,000 a month because I want money. I love money, but I want money. I love money. So I'm like, how am I going to get money? And I wrote down on this list, I make $3,000 a month. I kid you not, an hour or two later, 2 hours fucking later, I booked an interview for $500 fucking dollars. $500. I booked an interview for that. $500 fucking dollars, dude. I can't believe I'm on the screen. That's so cute. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Once again, I believe in you. I love you very much. And I believe you can get to where you want to be if you let yourself do that. So, as always, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. How do you think that I got my body tea?